I was searching on Google Earth for lost ancient cities, and this is what I came across in Iraq, and it's in the Samarra region. It's full of archaeological sites, but this is the most amazing one, and I want to show you five more sites. But let's start with this one because it's a very massive structure. Like you can see on the right side, you have some industrial modern buildings, and look how massive it is compared to this side. And each side is more than 600 meters long, and you can see on in the corners you have some half round towers, and also on each side you have some gates leading up to the middle of the structure. And in the middle of the structure you have some rectangle shaped structure, and it's a very massive one. And they say it's known as the Octagon of Qādisiyya. It's an unfinished city project initiated by Hārūn al-Rashīd, and it's from the 8th or 9th century. So it's very massive. And also with those gates, you have some smaller buildings or some guarded buildings leading up to it. But it's pretty amazing. I didn't know a thing about it. And also on this corner, you have some interesting sites. You can see some buildings under the ground, and I have some pictures for you to show you that are buildings under the ground. But let's go to the other places, and let's start with very nearby, because this is also a very structured and well sophisticated city in my eyes. And the modern road is going straight through it, so they don't really care about this place. I think that's my thinking, and I really want to know more about this place, but I couldn't find any answers to it. They excavated some places, but not everything, and it's in Iraq, so it's a little bit more complicated than a Rome or other archaeological site. So let's go to the third place. Because, like I said, this whole region is full of old city grids under the ground, like you can see over here. And it's not modern buildings or bomb buildings or anything. No, they researched it a little bit, and it all comes from the Mesopotamian times. And look at the structures. It's not modern structures. And if you compare this big building to the modern buildings that you can see over here, you can see how massive it is. And it's from other times. And also these structures are a little bit more excavated. Like you can see, big structure and a big structure over here. And it goes on and on and on. Like you can see the old grid all going through. So it was a massive city. And let me show you some other places, because it goes on and on and on. Like you can see over here you can see the walls sticking out of the ground. But you can see also many structures still under the ground, or just the foundations just laying under the ground. And look how massive and how big it is. Again, big buildings, and here many buildings from a city, old city. And if you see this picture, let me turn it around. You can see a whole wall surrounding this part and an inner wall surrounding this part. The bigger wall, I couldn't find many structures, only some modern structures, but in the inner wall, you can see there is something still under the ground, like you can see over here, a massive square building. And this is a modern cemetery in my eyes. And here you got in the corner a bigger building with some massive walls sticking out of the ground. So pretty amazing, right? And like I said, it goes on and on and on, because also around the walls you can see some structures under the ground, like you can see. And let's go to the fifth place, and it's again right beside it, and this is a bit more well-known site. And you can see again all those structures laying under the ground, and it looks pretty sophisticated with how they lay and did these grids. And also over here you can see a complete town or a city, and this was used to be maybe a water channel or something. And here you have something that's more well known. And here you can see a big tower and a big building over here. And I'm going to show you some pictures of course of it. But again, you can see that this was a massive city. Look how big it is, and the big buildings. It's crazy, right? And this whole river is full of it. So I want to go to the last place, and it's a little bit further. And then you have again a very well structured city or town. And I shared some photos about it, and people commented that these are bombing sites, but look at how well structured these sites are, or how these halls are. And again, with those walls and a bigger building at the front of it and on the riverside, pretty amazing, right? I really want to know how they built it and who did build it and what was the real story behind it. I hope you liked it, and I hope you're gonna research it because I couldn't find much info about it and I didn't know about these places. But I want to thank you for watching, and please share it with anybody and please follow for more. Thank you.